Howdy YouTube, Falcon45CA here to give you a tour of my pedal board as well as some information on my signal path and what's going on there. So first I have the Rickenbacker 4003, there she is, which is the bass I use the most nowadays. From there I send the signal all the way down to the line 6 bass pod. From there it goes to a pre-EQ DI, so that means it completely bypasses the EQ on this. It sends a clean signal out to my Hartkey HA5500. Those are the settings I like them on. A little bit of compression because I dig in really hard when I play, so it's good to protect the speakers. And my settings pretty flat, as you can see, except the 250 and 500 are boosted slightly to give some definition and clarity to my bass lines. The amp settings always stay the same. I change my bass settings or my effect settings, never the amp settings. That is the clean signal. Now the wet signal goes through the bass pod amp emulator, which I have on a 2 preamp setting. There's the output level. There's an overdrive function right here, which I use occasionally. The 3-band EQ. There's a effects channel volume, which I never use, and the effect tweak, and the effects I never use. I'd get rid of all that stuff. And next is a little bit of compression. I do use that because it does help protect the speaker. So after that, it goes out to the Crybaby bass wah. From the Crybaby bass wah goes to a Boss AW3 dynamic wah. Next, a Boss PH3 phase shifter. Then a Proco Turbo Rat. And from there it swings out to this MXR flanger. And then a Visual Sound H2O chorus and echo pedal. This is all on my homemade pedal board, which cost me approximately $10 to build. As you can see, there's a little bit of work still to be done. I'm about 90% finished it. I've just been busy with work, so been a little lazy that way. And there's still lots of room for other pedals. In the back is the pedal graveyard, where I have my Digitech Whammy 4, which sadly I cannot fix and will have to replace. And there's my Boss DS1 distortion pedal and my Boss CEB3 chorus pedal, both which are broken, but those I can fix. I just haven't yet. So this effects signal, all these go through the PV micro bass, which is the very first amp I ever bought. So what's happening when you watch my videos, because I use an effect on 90% or 80% of the videos I make, what's happening is you are hearing my clean signal through the Hartkey amp and you are hearing my wet signal through the PV amp at the same time, so that I don't lose any tone. You hear a lot of complaints about basses and effects with them is that it sucks the tone and sucks the bottom end right out. So a solution to that problem is having one channel have your full tone going all the time and the other channel having your effects go. So that way when your tone does get sucked out by the effects, which it will, there's still a clean signal behind it playing, so that you really aren't losing any definition in your bass. It's a pretty amateur setup. There's a lot more complicated setups you could do, but this is how I like to run it, and it's fairly cost effective as well. My Trace Elliott GP11 preamp has not been set up for quite some time, but I will do a video on that in the future and compare it with the Hartkey amp, so you can hear both what it sounds like going through the Trace Elliott first, and you can hear what it sounds like going through the Hartkey as well. Toodaloo!